Today's video is going to be a reading vlog. I haven't done a reading vlog on this channel in some time, but I thought it would be a good idea to film one because I have a lot of NetGalley arcs that I need to read. Particularly a lot of them are for books that are publishing in June or July. So I thought by doing this reading NetGalley arcs video, I could make some progress and knock 3 of those arcs out in the next couple weeks. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. I am a 2026 debut author. My historical mystery, The Cloak and Dagger Club, is coming out on July 14th. And in today's video, I'm going to be reading and sharing my thoughts on 3 upcoming mystery and thriller releases. I read all my NetGalley arcs on my iPad. I like being able to do it on the big screen. I think what I really want to start reading is Our Marriage is Murder by Carol Goodman. This is coming out on July 21st with William Morrow. I have never read from this author before, but it is a thrilling mystery, the description says, about a husband and wife writing duo. They are co-authors of a very successful mystery series, but the two of them, their relationship is estranged, both romantically and writing-wise. They're invited to a writers' conference at an Italian castle, and a murder happens at the conference. And then when another murder happens, it becomes clear to Fred and Thea, the main characters, that the killer, whoever it is acting out murders from a book that Fred and Thea wrote. So this one, it was calling my name the moment I saw it on NetGalley months ago. Like I said, I've never read from Carol Goodman before, but this one just sounds like something that I really would like. I love a murder mystery that's a little bit meta or references the murder mystery genre, as you probably know if you know that I wrote a book about a mystery writers club. So that is going to be my read for today. I just downloaded it and I'm going to start this today at Silent Book Club. So I will see you guys there. Read 50% of Our Marriage is Murder so far, and I am really enjoying what I'm reading. This is just like a really fun mystery, and I love how meta and like self-referential it is. As a mystery writer, I'm kind of getting a kick out of it because they're talking about all of these mystery writer things, like the mystery writer conventions. You know, they name dropped BoucherCon, Bloody Scotland, which is a convention in Scotland, obviously, or Malice Domestic, Noir at the Bar, which is an event they have at some of these conferences. So if you're somebody who knows a little bit about the mystery writing world, there are references that you'll get a kick out of. And also there's a lot of references to classic mysteries. So for instance, the main characters in this book, Thea and Fred, the mystery writing couple, they write a series about a couple who are named Rick and Dora, which is like very clearly Nick and Nora Charles from The Thin Man. And they also have 2 elderly cats named Tommy and Tuppence. So I really love those aspects of it. As I said before, I'm somebody who loves it when I'm reading a mystery novel, and you can tell that the author really loves mystery novels too, that we both share that passion for the genre. And I love a meta mystery that references mysteries themselves, mystery tropes. I mean, that's why I wrote this book about a group of mystery writers, lots of Agatha Christie references and classic mystery Easter eggs. So that was what initially drew me to this book, and it's really working for me so far. I like Thea. She narrates the book in first person. I'm a little confused about how things with Fred are going to go. So at the beginning of this book, Fred and Thea have a marriage that is in name only. They've been living apart for some time, but keeping up the pretense of a happy marriage for the sake of their series that they co-write together. And at the very beginning of the book, Thea tells him that she wants to end the series. The official jacket copy of the book made it sound like that once the murders start happening, Fred and Thea were going to team up to investigate and perhaps reconcile. That's what it made it sound like, though I'm not sure if the book is actually going to go that way. It's not as romantic as I would have thought, because to be completely honest with you, at the beginning, I was like, oh, I hate Fred. It really seemed to me like Fred was a bit pretentious and Thea was the one who was really doing all of the hard work on their series. In the last few chapters that I read, I have softened towards him just a teeny bit. We found out in the last few chapters that some of the things that Thea thought that he was doing, there were actually innocent explanations for that. And there is a part where she seriously thinks, oh, Fred is trying to kill me so he can have control of the series. So he is starting to be painted a little bit more sympathetic, but I wouldn't say that his character is really what I thought. I guess we'll see. We're just starting now to see those sympathetic parts of Fred's personality, so maybe there will be a happy ending for those two. I don't know. So far, yes, I would recommend this book. If you like those specific things that I mentioned, you love that meta-ness, you love that self-aware mystery nature, this is a really fun read. So let's see who ends up being the killer. Honestly, at this point, I'm not sure who it's gonna be. Okay, I have now finished my first book for the vlog. I read Our Marriage is Murder by Carol Goodman. I did really enjoy this in the end. It didn't go quite how I was expecting. I really thought, based on the description, that there was going to be more of like a second chance romance between Thea and Fred. And I kind of thought that maybe it would be a dual narrator situation where each one of them narrates the book. But the entire book is told from Thea's first person's perspective. And why did I say that weird? First person perspective. And there is some stuff between her and Fred and the potential for them to reconcile, but it didn't go exactly how I thought it would. So I would not recommend this to people for the romantic angle. What I would recommend it for is if you like a meta murder mystery, you like a mystery about mystery writers, you find the process of writing a mystery interesting, and you would appreciate that sort of element in a book. And if you know the kind of book that I wrote, I obviously enjoy all of those things, so this worked for me. I would recommend. The next book that I'm going to read, I read 16% of it after I finished Our Marriage is Murder, is Somebody Worth Killing by Jessica Payne. This is coming out this month in June from Berkeley. It is a thriller? I think it's a thriller. And the main character, Nadia, she is seemingly just an ordinary wife and mother, but she lives a secret double life as an assassin. She pushes her handler to give her more challenging cases, and lo and behold, she is assigned to murder her own husband. Doesn't that premise sound great? I only just started this, so I haven't even gotten to the part where she's asked to kill her husband yet. But so far, I'm really enjoying it, and there are some parts of it that I find amusing. Like, for instance, the very first paragraph. If it weren't for the fire ants crawling up my leg, I would be thoroughly enjoying the evening. It's another steamy Texas night, the wind scented with oncoming rain, and I'm tucked in the crook of a sprawling oak tree in the backyard of a multimillionaire's estate. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to kill him. Is that not a great first paragraph? I love that. So once I have read more of the book, I will circle back with additional thoughts, but the first 6 chapters I enjoyed. Hello, I'm here, and so is Drizzle. I ended up finishing Somebody Worth Killing. I really liked this. I think this book would be a great beach read, something that you could take on your summer vacation, because it has really short chapters, and it has that kind of, oh, just one more quality to it. So I think it would be a really great read to take with you on your trip this summer. What I think was really successful about this book is that it gives you a premise and then fully delivers on that premise. When you pick up a book like this and you think in your head, okay, this is what I hope it's going to be, it is exactly that. It is a Mr. and Mrs. Smith meets Dexter summer popcorn thriller. I mean, I haven't actually seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith or Dexter, but I feel like it has those elements with this husband and wife who both have their own secret lives, and also this psychopathic killer who has their own twisted moral code. I think it really works. The book didn't end quite how I was expecting. I thought that this book was a standalone, and on Goodreads there was no indication there will be a second book. But the way that it ended made me feel like there is potentially room for a sequel. It seemed like it was leaving a few things open-ended, like they could potentially be addressed in a future installment. We do find out what Brian, Nadia's husband, has really been up to all this time, the secrets that he's been keeping from his wife. We find out who took out this hit on Brian and why. But at the end of the book, the person who was responsible for putting out this hit, they are still at large. This person has not been apprehended. So it kind of leaves room open that potentially there could be a sequel about Nadia trying to get back at this person, I feel. And there's also a subplot throughout the book between Nadia and her grandmother, Gran. Gran is in a care home. She's suffering from dementia. But Gran is somebody who has kind of always suspected or known that Nadia was a psychopath, and is like one person in her family who really knows the real her and helped Nadia channel this part of herself into her work as a somewhat moral assassin. Gran is somebody who has really been influential in her life and helping her build this moral code. And there are some questions about Gran's past, what Gran actually did when she was younger, that are not really answered. And I kind of would be interested to know, what was Gran up to when she was a young woman? Because there's lots of little hints that she might have been doing morally questionable things, but we don't know for sure. So because of those two things, it really did seem to me like potentially there could be a sequel to this book. I don't know. Maybe it is meant to be a standalone and the author just wanted to do a slightly more open ending. But to me, it kind of seemed like there was some potential sequel fodder at the end there. So I guess we'll see. This vlog has been going pretty well for me so far. I've enjoyed both books that I read, and now I am going to get started on the third and final book for this Reading NetGalley Arcs vlog. I will see you soon. Hello, Drizzle and I are here to update you on the third and final book that I will be reading for this NetGalley reading vlog, The Oxford Guide to Scandal and Lies by Kate Westbury. Kate is another 2026 debut author. This is a 1950s historical mystery, and ever since I first heard about this book, I have been eagerly awaiting it. It's one of my most anticipated releases of the year, and so far it is not disappointing me. So the premise of this book is that it is set at 1950s Oxford about two students, Ginevra and Sydney, who are recruited by MI5 to uncover the truth about a potential Soviet spy at the university. And my ears just started ringing in the middle of saying that. I love having chronic ear ringing. It's so fun. At the beginning of the book, a librarian at Oxford dies in what seems to just be a heart attack, but it looks like he was actually killed by the potential Soviet spy. So Jin and Sydney, they have to put their differences aside and work together to find out what is going on, and also fight their potential growing romantic attraction before it blows up the operation. Drizzle has gone over there because she hates being on camera. I don't know why, but she somehow knows when I have the camera out. She just sees it and she runs away. But so far, I'm really enjoying this. I love the tone of the writing, and it just seems like it's going to be a really fun historical mystery romp. It is the first in a new series, and I just think this is going to be something that I totally love and recommend to everyone. Don't you just love it when a book that you've really hyped up in your mind and been really looking forward to actually is as good as you thought it was going to be? Sometimes I feel like if there's a book that I think sounds really good and I really want to read it, or one that is really hyped on BookTube, sometimes then when I actually get to it, I've built it up too much in my mind, and so it does slightly disappoint me a little bit. But this book is as good as I thought it was going to be. I am having a lot of fun reading it. Obviously, you know that I am a historical mystery author, historical mystery book fan, and so I've really been looking forward to this book. I just was talking about the book and I didn't have the camera on. But anyways, this is just a delight so far. I am really enjoying the dynamics between Ginevra and Sydney and how they play off each other. Ginevra is the daughter of a viscount. She is very witty and determined. She charges headfirst into situations. Whereas Sydney, he is more quiet, a little bit brooding. He fought in World War II and still has a lot of lingering trauma from that experience. He fought overseas in France and had some espionage experience already while he was in the military. And there are some hints about something that happened in his past, but it hasn't been fully revealed yet. I love a historical mystery with a sleuthing couple at its heart. Anybody who knows me knows that. And in addition to that, what I'm also really enjoying about this book so far is I have no idea who the Soviet spy is. So there is a death fairly early on in the book where Mr. Tolliver, the librarian, he dies. And initially people think that he just had a heart attack, but this man from MI5 ends up recruiting Ginevra and Sydney to help him, saying, no, Mr. Tolliver, he was murdered, and we think it's connected to a Soviet spy who we've been trying to find at the university. We don't know exactly who it is. And we are presented with some characters who are on the short list of potential suspects for being the spy, people who all have like known ties that make them suspicious. And I think like Kate Westbury, she does a really good job at making all of them seem like really plausible suspects. And then there's also a part of me that's like, okay, well, what if the spy isn't one of these four people? What if it's a different character? And there are a couple other characters in the book who I also think like they potentially are really suspicious. So I have my eye on like honestly like 6 people, and I have no idea which one of those 6, if it's even one of those 6, is going to be the spy and the murderer of Mr. Tolliver in the end. So I'm really excited to finish. I am 67% of the way through. I feel like I could finish tonight. I think I have 9 chapters left. So I'm really enjoying this. And I'm not just saying that because Kate and I are in the same debut group. I was genuinely really excited for this. And if you like the kind of books that I like, you should check this out. This vlog ended up being a total victory because I really enjoyed every single book that I read. I just finished reading the Oxford Guide to Scandal and Lies. This is a 5-star read for me. It was everything that I wanted it to be. I don't think I ever said, but it is coming out on September 1st with Minotaur Books. Yes, I know I said that I had a lot of July arcs to read, but I really wanted to read a historical mystery, okay? That was just the vibe I was in. Sue me. I thought this was a super fun read. I liked seeing how Ginevra and Sydney were going to work together on the case and how their differing characteristics sort of ended up complementing each other. I genuinely wasn't sure who the murderer was going to be. There was a part where it seemed like everything had been solved. But then I was like, why are there so many chapters still left? So there ended up being another twist after that. And it ends in a way that it resolves the things from this first book, but there is something that is revealed at the end that it seems like it's going to be addressed in future installments of the series, which I will definitely check out because I really enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun. It was a delight. So there you go. I read 3 of my NetGalley arcs, and now my NetGalley shelf only has 6 books on it, which is still a lot, but at one point I think I got all the way up to having 13 or 14 Kelly arcs, so 6 is a definite improvement considering I was originally in the double digits. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed, and remember, if you are a historical mystery fan, check out the Cloak and Dagger Club. It's coming out on July 14th. You can pre-order it at the link in the description and upload your receipt to get access to an exclusive short story just for people who pre-order. If you watched this entire video, please drop a book stack emoji in the comments. Let me know, what was the last NetGalley arc you read and really enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future uploads. If you want to watch another one of my videos, it's on the screen right here. Thank you so much for being here today. You guys, I appreciate you all so much, and I will talk to you again in the next video. Goodbye, and have a wonderful rest of your day.